All right, this is AG2, and we're in week 13, semester 2. So you're going to want to go to Schoology and get this homework downloaded to Notability, because we will actually be working some problems from that homework. And so you might want to have your homework up at the same time as your video and split screen them so that you'll be able to actually work those problems as I'm doing them. All right, so to start off with our learning intention and our success criteria, our learning intention, we're kind of starting a new unit here, is to perform operations on binomials. And a binomial is something that looks like this, 4x plus 6. That's a binomial because it has two terms. And so we'll be taking binomials and adding them, subtracting them, multiplying them, and so on. So specifically to this lesson, we're going to use perimeter to learn how to add and subtract binomials. And to start off with, we need to refresh our memory on what perimeter is. Remember that perimeter is simply the distance around an object. No, not any more complicated than that. We just add up all the sides to find perimeter. So for this object right here, I have 5 plus 6 plus 5 plus 6. Would be one way to write it. 5 plus 6 plus 5 plus 6. You might want to shortcut that since you got two 5s and two 6s. You could say, hey, I got two sets of 5 plus two sets of 6. And so then that would be 10 plus 12. So in other words, we essentially just doubled this number and doubled this number, and that means my perimeter is 22. If it's in inches, and that's 22 inches, and so on. This object is a square, and every side is the same length. So perimeter, if I add up all the sides, would be 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. Or some of you might want to shortcut that and say, hey, that's just 4 times 8. Some of you might say, hey, that's 2 of the sides would add up to 16, so that's 2 times 16. Anyway, you do it, you're going to get a 32. All right, and this one's a triangle, and a triangle has 3 sides, the typical 3, 4, 5 triangle that we used when we were doing the Pythagorean theorem. If you add up all of those sides, you'll have 7 plus 5, perimeter is going to be 12. 12 feet, 12 inches, 12 meters, whatever your units are. And so that's a little bit of a review. On this lesson, though, you're going to have some variables in there as well. So imagine you had a rectangle, and this side was a length of 5, and this side was a length of 4x. Now, I don't know what x is. Maybe it's a 2, maybe it's a 3, maybe it's a 10. I don't know. Whatever x is, this length right here is 4 times that number. And so if I wanted to find perimeter, remember, perimeter is the distance around a figure, and these two sides are both 5s. These two sides are both 4x's. So to find the perimeter, I could say, hey, I got 2 5s, and I got 2 4x's. So I can add them up from there. Some of you might say, hey, I've got 2 sets of 5 plus 2 sets of 4x's as a shortcut way to write it. And 2 5s make a 10, 2 4x's make an 8x. Those two cannot be put together, and so now I have a binomial for my answer. A binomial is simply a term that has a x term and a constant term. And that's just a representation of perimeter. I do not know what x is, so I have to leave my perimeter with a variable in it. All right, let's look at this next one. Once again, I've got 2 sides that are the 6x, and 2 sides that represent my 8x minus 1. So to find perimeter, I have to add all those up. And maybe you're just going to do it in your head. That's fine. You say, hey, I got 2 of these. That's 12x. I would have 2 sets of 8 here, which is 16. And then 16 and 12 you could add together. I have a -1 and a -1, so that makes a -2. But some of the problems will be multiple choice, so you have to be able to recognize all the different ways to write out a perimeter problem. You could say, hey, I've got 6x and 8x minus 1, another 6x and 8x minus 1. So some people would put these together and say, hey, I got 2 sets of that. In other words, I've got these 2 sides twice. So you could say, hey, I've got 2 sets of 14x minus 1. Because if you put these together, you get a 14x. So in other words, you're just simply putting these 2 together and then doubling that. So if I take 2 times these, that's 28x minus 2. So there's a binomial answer for the perimeter of this thing. All right, so I have a perimeter for this one. I have a perimeter for this one. What if I asked you to find the sum of these two perimeters? If you think back to last semester, what does the word sum mean? That would mean to simply add the two together, right? What if I said, hey, can you find the difference of these two? Difference would mean subtract, so I would put a subtraction sign. And if I was doing difference, I would have to have parentheses because I would have to distribute this negative to both. And we'll do some of those later. All right, so here's two more. Let's say I ask you to find the perimeter of this. This is a square. All sides are the same. So think about it. If you have a square, every side's the same. That's 5x plus 2 plus 5x plus 2 plus 5x plus 2 plus 5x plus 2. That's kind of a pain to have to write out. So a shortcut way to write it would be to say, hey, I've just got 4 of these things. Shortcut for addition is multiplication. So 4 sets of this. Remember, multiplication means sets up. So if I actually multiply those together, I get 20x plus 8. All right, this one over here is a rectangle, so these two are the same. And these two are the same. So one way to write it, you could say, hey, I've got 2 sets of 3x minus 1 plus 2 sets of 5x plus 7, and you could work it out from there. Somebody else might put these together and then say, hey, I've got 2 sets of that, because these two make 8, and 7 minus 1 is 6. So I could say, hey, I've got 8x plus 6. That's simply putting these two together, and then double that because you got 2 sets of that. So however you want to represent it, either way, if you work this one out, you're going to get, what, 6x minus 2 plus 10x plus 14. And then if you work that out, or you work this out, you'll end up with 14x plus 12. Because 2 times 8 is 14, 2 times 6 is 12. Here I've got 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 1, and 6 plus 10 is 14, 14 minus 2 is 12. Either way you do it, you end up with a 14x plus 12. The answer to this one was 20x plus 8. So if I asked you to find the difference between these two, then you would have to subtract them. So for example, if I said, hey, find the difference between these two, you would say 20x plus 8 minus 14x plus 12, because a difference means to subtract. But you're subtracting all of this, so a parentheses would be required. So I would have 20x plus 8, then this would change both of my signs, so it become a negative 14x and a negative 12. So now 20 minus 14 gives us 6. And 8 and negative 12, 8 minus 12 is negative 4. So you would only do that if I asked you to find the difference between the two. All right, so now we're ready to look at our homework. So grab your Week 13 homework if you haven't already. And you can see that the first page is a bunch of perimeter problems. And then down here I have some of those sum and difference problems. Second page I have some multiple choice, and then just some simplified problems at the bottom. So let's kind of go back here a little bit. Notice that I gave you 3 lines. The 3 lines are just to give you space to work. So just like we did on those previous examples, that's just space to work. If you can get the answer all in one, that's fine. Just put it here. The other 2 lines are just space to work that problem out, whichever way makes the most sense to you. So let's do number 8 and 9 together. So scroll down to 8 and 9, and I'm asking you to find the perimeter. So problem number 8 is a square. Every side is the same length. So how could you work that out? Well, you could write 2x plus 5 plus 2x plus 5 plus 2x plus 5 plus 2x plus 5, but that would be the long way. You guys know there's a shortcut for addition. The shortcut for addition is multiplication. So I have 4 sets of that. So since I have 4 sets of that, I would just write 4 sets of 2x plus 5. And then if you distribute this 4 and multiply, you'll get 8x plus 20. And there you go. That's the perimeter. That's your answer for number 8. Okay, number 9 is a rectangle, so those are just a little bit tougher, but not bad. So whatever makes the most sense to you, you could put these together and then double them. You could say I got 2 sets of each of these. I'll go that route, I guess. I have 2 sets of 2x plus 1, and I want to add that to 2 sets of 5x minus 3 to figure out the sum of all of these, adding up all the sides. So if I distribute the 2, I'll get 4x plus 2. If I distribute this 2, I'll get 10x minus 6. Now I can put the like terms together. Put your like terms together, 4x and 10x. That gives me 14 x's. And then 2 and negative 6. If you put a 2 and a negative 6, think about it as a gain of 2 and a loss of 6. That would result in a loss of 4. And that represents your perimeter for this figure. And once again, I don't know what x is, but whatever it is, you would take x times that and subtract 4. And so now there's your answer for 8, 9, and that kind of gives you an idea of how you can use the extra lines to show your work and make the problem easier for you. But once again, notice we didn't use all the lines here, and that's okay. All right, so now let's look at problems 10 and 11 and maybe 12. Those are the harder problems, so let's do those together. It says, what is the sum of the perimeters for numbers 8 and 9? Well, here's the answer to number 8. Here's the answer to number 9, and I want the sum of those two. So to find the sum of those two, remember sum means to add together. So I want to add together 8x plus 20. That's your answer for 8. And my answer for 9 is 14x minus 4. So all you have to do to get the final answer is put your x's together and your constants together. This is a plus sign, so nothing changes. You just add the x's together, put your constants together, and that will be your final answer. Number 11 is a little bit different, a little bit tougher, and then asks you to find the difference. Well, remember, difference simply means to subtract. So I have the exact same problem I had before. Answer to number 8, answer to number 9, but this time, instead of adding, I have to subtract them. And remember, whenever you subtract, that means you have to change your signs. So if I've got to change my signs here, that means this is going to be a negative 14x, and this is going to be a positive 4. Nothing changes on these signs, that is fine, but I'm subtracting all of this. So that means the opposite of positive 14, which is negative 14, and the opposite of negative 4, which is positive 4. So now I want to put the 8x and the negative 14x together. So what's 8 minus 14? That would be negative 6. And then 20 plus 4, this is a positive now, so positive 20, positive 4, so that gives me a 24. And there's your answer for number 11. And once again, you can finish this one here. Now, I believe there is a number 12, so let's look at that. If you scroll down here to number 12, it says, what would x have to be for the perimeter of 8 and 9 to be equal? All right, so if I want to know what would x have to be to make 8 and 9 come out to where they would have the exact same perimeter, so what number would x have to be to make the perimeter of those two problems come out exactly the same? Well, in order to do that, I'm going to need to set my two perimeters equal to each other. So remember, the perimeter of 8 came out to be 8x plus 20. And the perimeter of 9 came out to be 14x minus 4. So this is the perimeter of 8, this is the perimeter of 9, and the question is, what would x have to be to make the two perimeters come out equal? So in other words, I want these two perimeters to come out to be the same number. So what would x have to be to make that happen? Well, I need to solve this equation to figure that out. How do I solve equations like this? Well, I could start by taking an 8x off of both sides. Take 8x's out of this basket, take 8x's out of that basket, and now I'm left with 6x's over here. Alright, well, I'm trying to get x by itself, so to get x by itself, I could add 4. I could add 4 into this basket, and add 4 into that basket so that these will cancel. So if I do that, I get 16, or no, not 16, 18, 20 and 4 give me 24. And over here, these cancel, I'm left with just a 6x. So now to work that out, you divide by 6, and you get 24 divided by 6 is 4. So in other words, if x happens to be the number 4, then the perimeter of those two rectangles comes out exactly the same. So what would x have to be to make them the same? X would have to be a 4 to make those two be the same. And so that's problem number 12. Let's look at the next page at some of these multiple choice ones. It says, which of the choices is not a possible answer for perimeter? So when you look at problem number 13, I've given you a rectangle, and I want to know which one of these could not represent perimeter. Well, let's think about this. What are some different ways to find this perimeter? You could take this, plus this, plus this, plus this. That would be choice C. 3x plus x minus 5 plus 3x plus x minus 5. So we know this one represents perimeter, so I can't choose that one. I could double this one and double this one. Well, that would be choice D. Double the 2x and double the x minus 5 and then add them together. All right. I could choose to add these two together and then double that. Well, that's what choice B is. Choice B is taking 3x and adding it to the x minus 5 and then double that. So B, C, and D would all come out to be perimeter. Now, if you actually work those out, if you actually added them up, 3x plus 3x is 6x, plus x, that would be 8x, and then 2 negative 5s will give you negative 10. So E would actually be the answer if you simplified it. So the only one that we did not discuss would be this one up here. Well, notice this one, that's length and that's the width, and that they're multiplying them. So multiplying these two together does not give me the perimeter. That would actually give me the area. So these two multiplied together would not give me perimeter. And that's what it says. Which of the choices is not a possible answer for perimeter? So that would be choice A. These all are representations of perimeter. Now this one's the most simplified, but these all would equal perimeter. This is the only one that doesn't equal perimeter, it equals area. And that's what you want to look for in your choices here. It's which one does not represent perimeter. It doesn't have to be the final simplified answer, but out of the choices, which one doesn't represent perimeter and maybe would represent area. And then the last two problems are simply simplification problems. You are just taking and multiplying times 2 and then adding the x's together and the constants together. Here you'll want to distribute the negative and then put those together. And that's all there is to your first assignment for week 13.